Hello and welcome back to the Coot de Villa podcast. I'm Noah Fisher, joined by Jakey Mariner and Owen. Boys, Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. We'll get straight into it. Jakey, you want me to go to you first? There's heaps of issues we can talk about, but you said give me the mic. So, Jakey, the mic is yours. I don't know what's coming up, by the way.
I got a bit of news to tell you all. I've got a bit of news to tell you all.
Oh boy.
I heard that the other night when the players got back from Wolves, I heard that one Emi Buendia was arrested.
Oh boy.
Yeah, apparently he was arrested. The charges were supposedly that he was stealing a wage off Wes Edens and Narif Sawis. So, mate, honestly, for fuck's sake, Emi Buendia, he's stealing a wage. He's fucking A-League standard at the moment. Absolutely piss weak.
That's actually just great to the A-League because we've got a very good league in Australia. So,
Are you serious?
Owen, what? Owen, I'll go to you, mate. You're obviously at the game. You made the long trip down to Wolves. The team news comes out. We'll jump to team news first. We're all expecting some changes, hoping Tammy would start. Some big changes to be made. What were your thoughts when you saw the team come out?
It was pretty much everything that we spoke about last week. Sancho came in, Torres came back in. And I thought, well, maybe he's run those changes and didn't want to break it up too much and also start Tammy. Obviously, it didn't pay off, but it was kind of, okay, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a horrible evening once again.
And it's a place you've been to many times. What's your record at Wolves now when you go to Wolves?
I think it's maybe 8 times going, lost 7, drawn 1.
It's not great. It really isn't great. And Jake, obviously we did a watch along, so thanks everyone that did join. The watch along was actually good fun doing that besides the result. We're getting bullied in the midfield, Jake. Let's be honest, like our midfield is not up to scratch right now. It's quite tough to see. Onana looks the shell of a player he was when he plays alongside Kamara. Louise is struggling to get back to what he used to be. And your mate Buendia was awful. And even the subs made were awful, which we will touch on.
Awful. I weigh twice as much weight as him, and I could still put in a better shift than that clown.
So I don't think you and Buendia are on the best of terms right now. But where can you see? We've got a massive game coming up, which we'll discuss. But where do you see these midfield issues being solved quickly, or can they be solved?
Look, to be quite honest, I don't know if they can be solved at the moment. I think we just got to wait for the cattle to come back because at the moment, like as you said, Douglas Luiz struggling ever since he came back from it. He's had a couple of promising performances and he's done some promising things, but I'm not gonna say too much more on Buendia. Enough said. Onana's been good for us this season. He's been really good for us this season, but at the moment, I just think he's a bit out of form. He's not the brutish defensive player that we know that he can be. And to be quite honest, like we're just giving the ball far too easily away in midfield. I don't know what's going on. Whether we are stretched too far thin, with obviously no Kamara, no Tielemans, no McGinn. But seriously, guys, come on! Like anytime you put on a Villa shirt, you've got the expectation that you need to put in for 90 minutes. And right now, we're not putting in for 90 minutes in the midfield. And we're certainly not putting in for 90 minutes up front. So, I don't know if we can fix that problem. I think we have to just ride this out and wait for the cattle to come. I don't know. Let me know if in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's certainly where I see it at this stage.
And OT, you're going at Wolves 0-0 half time. You kind of take it. We had some half chances. We kind of kept them to nothing really in the first half that I can remember. Ollie Watkins again had a very good chance where he just had to go on his left foot for some reason he doesn't have the ability to do that at the moment. I know he scored a few goals and he's left for us in the past, but I mean the second half, just an absolute disaster class.
Yeah, the first half was okay. Like, we had a lot of the ball, and I guess the way we have been in recent weeks, that's not a bad thing. That's probably where that comment comes to about Emery saying we were fantastic. We weren't fantastic as such, but we were okay. I think we must have had 70% possession that first half. We had loads of the ball. And then second half, again, we just looked completely lost. Wolves didn't do anything different. They just ran more and looked like they wanted it more, which is always the case whenever we turn up there. And we just looked lost. And then the fans get frustrated, and then there's sarcastic comments and cheers, and certain players get taken off, and then they react. And then, yeah, from there, it was just destined to end badly. Once again, I was long gone before the second goal went in, so I haven't even seen it back. But the first goal, again, it just, I can't even remember who scored, but it fell to someone right on the edge of the box. There was no one around him, no one near him. And yeah, the midfield is slightly concerning at the moment.
And Jakey, I think we can all probably agree now that Emery got the subs wrong. I mean, we're all screaming for subs at 45 minutes. We all wanted Barkley on to come in as the 10. We all wanted Tammy to come on at 45. He brings on Barkley as the replacement for Louise and keeps putting Dare on the pitch, who was poor all day. Would you say in your time watching, I'll ask you the same question as well, Owen, but I can't think of a worse performance under Emery, Jakey. Like, I thought that second half, the subs was so bad. Bailey was terrible when he came on. I thought Sancho was the only thing offering us some decent attacking threat in that first half. But in my opinion, it could be the worst performance under Emery.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. We've spent, we've spent the last couple of years under Emery in La La Land, pretty much. Like, we've built this really fantastic club where we've been at the moment. But yeah, you're right. It probably was the worst performance that I'd seen us play in a long time under Emery. Even going back to, even when we had Slippy G as manager. I mean, I don't think anything could top that night at Fulham under Slippy G when he got sacked. But yeah, it was, I don't know what he was doing. Like, we sat there in the stream in the watch along. At 45 minutes going, we need to bring some life into this. Because we had a pretty good first half. Like, we had most of the play. Wolves obviously had one or two chances here and there, but dealt with pretty easily. Like, I genuinely felt that we could actually get something from that game at the end of the first half. But when we came out in the second half, it was just nowhere near up to standard. And then, we wanted Tammy Abraham to come on after half time. That didn't happen. He only gets 15 minutes at the comes on in about the 75th minute or something. I think he just got it all wrong. And you can have those nights. I'm not saying that everything's got to be perfect. You have those nights, but yeah, it was just one of those things where he just didn't get it right, and nothing went right in the second half.
And I want to like this comment from Peter. I mean, this one that's been concerning me is when we have been creating chances, they haven't been, I guess, clear-cut ones. Like that one from Watkins on his left foot half chance, I guess you could say, probably should have done better. We haven't really done as well going forward in a long time. Besides some worldies that we used to score, we're just not cutting teams apart at the moment.
Yeah, we don't look like creating chances at all. And now the goal against Brighton came from a corner. I know we used to have a laugh and a joke about relying on screamers and outside the box and worldies and whatever. But yeah, we just look completely shot on confidence. It is concerning given the games that we do have coming up that can pretty much make or break this entire season. We don't look like scoring, which is scary, given the team that we just couldn't score or look like scoring against are in the position in the league they are because of how awful they have been.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even touched on, I guess, Wolves as a thing. I mean, 20th in the league, and we couldn't break them down. I know it's their cup final, and their post-game celebrations, I actually can't quite believe the videos I'm seeing on social media. If I was Unai Emery or anyone on that coaching staff, I'd be showing them those videos because they were partying like they'd won the Champions League in those change rooms. Like, they're still going to be relegated. Oh, and you're not going to have to go to Molineux next year, hopefully ever
Thank
again.
God for that.
Because I honestly couldn't quite believe what I was saying. I'm not sure if you've seen them all on social media, guys, as well. But, I mean, it was a great win for Wolves. I would say they probably plays off the park. They executed their game plan perfectly. We were horrid. But, geez, those celebrations were pretty funny, Jakey, I think.
Yeah. I mean, to be quite honest, it's their big day out. The World Cup final, if you will, and they they're going to celebrate it. We're one of the closest teams to them. They treat it like a derby. We treat it like any other game because that's not that's not a real derby. But that's their big day out, and they I wouldn't say they spanked us, but for 45 minutes they were by far the better team. But more so to the fact that it's what happened after the game, and it's a bit of a segue into what happened after the game, and we sort of touched on it a little bit in the stream, in the watch along. I just happened to look up, and Ezri Konsa was arguing with the away fans, probably you, Owen.
It was not me. I was back in New Street by the time that will happen. Nothing to do with me.
But there's a couple of comments here in the comments. Paul Cox, one of them. Absolute great bloke. Paul Cox joined us for the stream on Saturday morning. If we're going to improve the atmosphere, Konsa's got to keep his mouth shut. Look, I'm all for having I'm all for players having the heart and coming over and talking to supporters and getting some constructive criticism. But I think Konsa may have crossed the line a little bit on the weekend, and certainly I think the supporter may have crossed the line as well. You're not going to really see what's going to happen into it, but I don't know what you guys think in terms of that, but I think he crossed the line a little bit, and it's something that shouldn't be shown at the club, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit surprised because Konsa's obviously been one of our most consistent players this year, normally 7 out of 10 every week, more often than not, more than that. And I mean, I get the fans' frustration, especially the away fans like yourself, Owen, that pay the money every week, pay the trains, pay the coach fees to get there, the diehard fans. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion when they go to the football. I mean, you want to leave early, you don't want to leave early, you get sick of that sort of stuff. I get it. But to have a go at someone like Konsa, in my opinion, I thought that was a bit weird. And I kind of get his frustration as well because, I mean, he's doing everything he can. He's not, at fault, I don't think. There's so many more players at fault compared to Ezri Konsa.
I mean, to be quite honest, like the last 6 games, I don't think the defending's been the issue.
No, I think we said this last week.
Yeah. And we hadn't, and we've said this all along in previous podcasts. Our defending's not the issue. Yeah, we've defended poorly at times, and that's led to goals. But our main issue at the moment is our midfield and being up front. So I don't know. Obviously, I can't speculate what was said. We're not going to find out what was said.
No.
But I don't think having a go at a defender, especially someone like Konsa, who is like a Tyrone Mings in a way. He's been at the club for that long and spends a lot of time. Spends countless hours in the shirt. Absolutely bleeds to the club. I just don't think it was it was the right thing to do. At the same time, I also don't think it was the right thing that Konsa should have gone back at him.
I agree. We got this comment from Michael, which I was going to touch on before. Let's not turn to Arsenal fan TV. We're underperforming massively and confidence is low. Our injuries have affected us. And when we have the chances, we're not even making the keeper work. And I completely agree. I think we are starting to panic a bit. But when you're 11 points clear of 6th and you're looking comfortable for Champions League football, I mean, this is what happens. I mean, we haven't played very well in the last few months, probably since you've got home, Owen, just about from your trip to Australia. We haven't really been playing well. I know that obviously does come with the injuries and and whatnot, and that's just how life goes. But I mean, fans are still going to back the team in. Like Villa Park will be rocking against Chelsea. It's a massive game, Chelsea. We haven't started talking about that one yet. On Wednesday night UK time, and I think people are backing the boys in, but it's just concerning, Owen, isn't it?
Well, you said about the place being rocking, and I know if any of you are regular Twitter users, there's always endless discussions about the atmosphere in the ground at the moment. And I can kind of understand, like, too many people are too comfortable. Like, I get there's an expectancy on us to win at home every week because we did do for 2 years. But the problem is the poor atmosphere comes from the fact that the performances are poor.
Yeah.
We're not like these, no English team is like your German teams or your Dutch teams that will jump around and set smoke bombs off and big flags and whatever for 90 minutes, because that's just not how English football is. And whenever teams have tried to do that, it looks ridiculous and gets ridiculed all over the media.
Crystal Palace.
Exactly, yeah. And for what it's worth, that whole thing's a myth anyway. They don't make that much noise. But anyway, yeah, if the atmosphere looks or is considerably better when the team are playing well. And one of my biggest, and I know my brother's the same, one of my biggest bugbears is when like we win a corner or something, and then Lewis or whoever will be there going, come on. It's like, well, hang on, we're trying to do that. We've been trying to do that from minute one. It's you lot that should be trying to put in the performances to then make the atmosphere considerably better. Like you said, I think we will be up for it, but if it goes flat quickly and resort to looking completely lost from about minute 5 onwards, people are going to get very frustrated again. And I know it is a bit of a panic given we're third, but you can understand the frustrations at times.
Oh no, I absolutely get the frustrations from everyone, and it is completely valid. But going into this fixture, you see Wolves away, the fixture comes out, you see Wolves away, you put down as a loss. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know we all kind of predicted we'd finally get the win. We beat Newcastle away. That's another one you put down as a loss as well. But you see Wolves, yeah, we're going to lose that. And we're coming off that sort of a result. And normally when it does get like this, we bounce back. And no better chance, thing to do it. Obviously, Chelsea play Arsenal very soon, which is a massive game for Arsenal. Going to do us a favours there and keep them at 6 points. That'd be lovely. But yeah, I mean, I just think keep the faith. Obviously, performances have been shocking. We're not disagreeing with that. Like Jeff says here as well, like pointing out some players shocking for Villa. I know it was a joke. When D and the rest of the team were playing awful. No decent subs to bring on apart from the usual crap. Buying back our old rejects. What was we thinking? I mean, I completely get it. But when you add the gutter sort of squad we are at the moment with the injuries, I've seen so many good quotes on Instagram like, how can you lay mechanic when the car's got not working parts or something like that? Like something like that's like I've seen on Twitter. Like when we have our best players in, we play well. We move the ball quick. We move the ball direct. And yeah, it's going to be interesting going into Chelsea, Jakey.
Yeah. Going to be really seriously, like these next block of games now, right, where we've got Chelsea, we've got United, we've got West Ham in there as well.
Forest as well.
Forest is still no easy beat. They tend to turn out for us, as everyone does. There are no easy games in the Premier League, and we're just making it hard for ourselves at the moment by the way that we're playing. Like, not creating the chances, it's going to leave us wide open against Chelsea, who are good enough to beat us 3-0 if they really want to. Not going to lie.
I mean, if the 20th team beat us 2-0, Jakey, then the 5th place team can do whatever they want.
Yeah. So, I know everyone in the comments are here saying, you need to keep the faith. You need to keep the faith. And this podcast, right? This podcast, right? We have the faith, right? We have the faith, and we have it in spades. Obviously, we're allowed to be critical of our team, but please don't ever, shy away from the fact that we will always have the faith of this club. Yeah. But at the moment, the way that we're playing at the moment, it's got me genuinely worried for these next fixtures. That, especially with teams like Chelsea and United coming up, and then obviously Liverpool and City to finish off the season, right? You don't want to be going into those games where you've got to rely on other rely on other results to get you in that Champions League spot, or you've got to go and win. You've got to go and win and beat, two of the two teams that have won the Premier League for the last 3 or 4 seasons.
United away is another one where most of the time you just have to put a big red cross next to it.
Yeah, exactly. And if we get anything from it, you take it. But if Arsenal beat Chelsea tonight, and then we beat Chelsea next week, on Thursday, Wednesday night, it's a 9-point gap between us and them anyway. So we should think positively that it's kind of still in our hands still. And obviously we haven't been playing well, but it can turn. Like, remember when we started the season, we didn't score a goal for 5 weeks, and then we ended up winning, 8, 9 league games in a row, 11 in all comps or something? Like, it can turn just like that, and then we're all happy and we're Champions League bound. But we've also got 2 ways to get in the Champions League that people are forgetting about. If it's not through the league, which we all know it should be, Europa League is extremely important. And I know we got the tough side of the draw. We haven't even mentioned that yet, which we were doing a separate video on discussing that. But we've got 2 avenues to get there, and it's just going to be just getting behind the boys, as we keep saying, and see them home.
We have got the tough side of the draw, but you've got to beat you've got to beat the best to beat the best in those competitions.
Absolutely agree.
And I mean, having watched the games, I said watched, kept an eye on the scores the other day. As soon as Lille equalised, didn't even take the lead. It was inevitable that we were going to get Lille.
Oh, always.
It was bound to happen.
Always, yeah.
But that's the way it goes, and you've got to beat who you've got to beat.
This is a fair comment from Coxie. Our last 2 goals in the Premier League, an own goal and a deflection off Tammy's knee.
They're also both from corners as well.
They are both from corners. We know it's been poor. We do know it's been poor, but I keep saying, I say it every week, it has to turn eventually, because it does. And it's tough for us guys in Australia getting up. Like, we got up at 7 o'clock to watch that Wolves game. The Chelsea one's on at 4:30. It's a bit later, actually. I think it's might be a 6 a.m. kickoff or something, but still, it's tough. It's getting harder to get up and watch the games. I mean, we can talk about the Chelsea game now, do a bit of a preview on it, because we've kind of been rambling for 25 minutes or so. It doesn't get big in this OT. Are you going to be there on Wednesday night?
Yeah, working, and I'll head straight up there afterwards.
So you're going to get the atmosphere going, right?
Yeah, it's going to be me.
Good. Just double check and
everyone's going to give me loads of pelters if I don't. He's
going to do it with pints in hand.
Well, not in hand.
Well, I've got the car. I'll have to behave.
Well, I tell you what. If Peter was in your if Peter Caulfield in the comments was in your shoes, he'd obviously leave his car somewhere, and it would not be for about.
Get it in the morning.
No, not even in the morning. Just 4 days.
The only issue in the UK is your car might not be there in 4 days if you leave.
Yeah, not round. Yeah.
The same goes for Melbourne, right? You're living in certain parts of Melbourne, it's on cinder blocks.
Yeah, I know. But Jakey, we'll go back on the Chelsea game. They're obviously in a decent run of form. They've closed the gap on us. They've obviously got a new manager in. The new manager bounce seems to be going for a while at the moment with United and Chelsea. Obviously, I'll ask you again for changes to the lineup, even though Emery probably won't make any changes. But pick as a team that you can see winning this game.
And
don't say Garcia, please.
No, because I don't want to pick a team, because every time I pick a team, somebody gets injured. I don't want to pick a team because I picked Garcia, right, and then what does he go and do? He goes and gets himself injured.
He does. I can confirm.
I think it's Chelsea's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a very, very tough game. I think we need to swing the axe and start making some changes here. I've been screaming out for it. We've all been screaming out for it. I think it's time Unai Emery, if you're watching this podcast, which I know you do, can you please start Tammy Abraham? Come on.
I do agree.
Watkins needs to learn learn, as much as he's a great player, and I love Ollie Watkins to bits. As much as he's a great player, he's not in form at the moment. He's not in form. He can't hit the side of a barn door. Couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery at the moment, right? So why are we persisting with him? where
That's
the only
true.
where in the comments here, the only person that has actually scored a goal lately is of course the bloke that we brought back. So if we're not scoring goals, wouldn't you put 2 and 2 together and go, okay, maybe we'll try the bloke that's actually been scoring.
I wish it was that simple, to be honest. I really do.
Yeah, look, I also think that maybe Lindelof might be a decent crack in defence. I think he might be a good matchup for Chelsea's front men. Obviously, Pau Torres actually did relatively well on Saturday morning. And to be quite honest, I don't think. Well, we've all said it that Saturday morning the issue wasn't the defending; it was the midfield and actually creating chances. So I don't expect too much in defence to change, but I would also give Lindelof a bit of a crack, maybe even Tyrone Mings. If he's fit, I sort of saw a wild rumour that maybe he had an injury cloud. Is that right?
I'm not too sure, actually.
I don't know. I may have seen it, and it could be a completely shit source, but I saw a wild rumour that maybe Mings wasn't that healthy. But I could.
Well, he was on the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was on. I think there's every chance he goes back to Mings.
Yeah, I do as well.
I would I wouldn't be opposed to that because, again, time and time again, Mr. Reliable. You go with Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't get paid to make those decisions, really, do we?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just trying to work out in my head because my thoughts echo yours, Jake, on Buendia, and I don't know if it was shown on the TV, but he stormed off down the tunnel when he went off.
Do they ever?
And I was thinking, how can we? Because he'll just have to stick with him again because we've got nothing else. We can't put Rodgers in the 10 and play 2 wingers because both of them play off the one side. We're not going to be brave, and I don't think it's sensible to be brave and throw Alisson in. Like, it's not. Something just needs to click eventually, and I don't really know what it's going to be. But the biggest one is Abraham. He needs to start. He has to.
Is it too late to bring back Evan Gessond, Owen? Your favourite player?
Is that the time? It's so typical. Well, I mean,
I said it, didn't I?
Palace fans seem to think he's like the second coming of King. I don't know. Give me a. Yeah, they think he's sensational. I mean, he scored a couple of goals as he did for us, but the big. I'm not angry. That's just his level now.
Yeah, I actually
that's
kind
just
of
his
agree
level.
with you, though. It is, though, isn't it?
Paul Cox. Yes, bench Buendia, please, and start Barkley. The only downside to Barkley is I don't think he's got the 90 minutes to play in him.
No,
I think
and he can't only give.
At some stage,
I'd happily take 70 from him though, starting at the 10.
But I don't even think he's got 70. I think he's got about 60 max.
Yeah, so I'll take it.
But at the same time, like, even if you take off Barkley, who are you going to bring on? What, are you going to bring Buendia on?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. No, thank you. I don't know. We can ramble on about it all day, but it's going to be a tough one on Wednesday night against Chelsea. They're coming for us. Obviously, they play Arsenal tonight, UK time. So hopefully that result does go in our favour to give us a couple of games buffer. But let's get some predictions in. Michael Huggins actually said before we do that, I think we let Watkins go in the summer. But saying that, we can't spend, which is obviously the issue. Obviously, I keep seeing the net spend on us compared to United and Chelsea and all the big dogs. Woo-woo. That's one for your mate, OT. Yeah, I mean, we can't always compete with them on the spending level. But for some reason, Emery's been decent at getting a tune out of the players that we had. I remember in the watch-along, someone said there was like 7 Dean Smith signings starting in that game. So... yeah, let's get some predictions in. Jakey, to you first.
Just quickly,
tell us we're going to win.
Look, just quickly going back to that, letting Watkins go in the summer. I know we don't have the spend of the other the big dogs. Surely letting Watkins go would free up a bit of cash that we could actually go and bring somebody else in to complement.
Depends how much we get for him. That's the thing.
It would, but if he doesn't score again, if he doesn't score again until the end of the season, his price is going to plummet.
Let me ask you something. What would you take for Ollie Watkins right now?
I don't know.
And don't say a can of Coke and a hot dog.
I wasn't going to. I was thinking a 30-year-old striker, 90 Premier League goals, can offer something to a team, probably 40 mil.
Yeah, 40 was the number I had.
Yeah, 40, 50 mil. I don't know.
I don't think we'd get 50 for him now.
Yeah. No,
yeah, I think 50 would be a bit of a far stretch.
Obviously, I hope he scores a lot more goals than we keep him in the summer because he has to be a club legend right now, doesn't he? Because he's our leading Premier League goal scorer. He has to be a legend of the club because I'm not sure many leading Premier League goal scorers for clubs get treated like Watkins does. He's having an off year, probably his worst year at Aston Villa. But God, he's been unbelievable for us over his time. So I'm saying I hope he does turn it around and end up bagging in heaps of goals. At the moment, it doesn't quite look like it. But if he starts, I'll still support him. I'll still back him in to score goals. Like, I know that Tommy was massive on selling Watkins for years and years and years. And they got to a stage that we had a bet and he had to buy me an Ollie Watkins shirt, which is upstairs because he scored X amount of goals. So keep backing in Ollie when he wears the Villa shirt. I know he's not performing right now.
I don't think what I'm saying is I'm not backing Ollie Watkins. I think he's the moment, he's that far out of form that he doesn't look like scoring at the moment. But that doesn't say that every time he walks the pitch, I don't support him.
But also, how's a striker going to win the ball when you're just hoofing it over his head with massive centre-backs behind him and you're not really playing him into his strengths? I mean, 2 years ago, he got the most assists in the league. He has 1 assist this year. So he's not really getting the ball in those situations, I don't think, that he was a few years ago. Because as I keep saying, like, us going forward, we're not getting that many clear-cut chances. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I think the way we're playing isn't helping the way that Watkins' output is. But I know he's been poor, so I can't really speak on that much more. But anyone else got anything to add? I think that could be a good place to wrap up.
I can give you a score.
Yeah, we go predictions quickly. Jakey Mariner, go with you first, son.
Yeah, I can't see us winning this one, unfortunately. I can't see us winning it. I hate to. I love being the positivity guy but I can't see us winning this one. Maybe if we're lucky, we might scrape a draw.
Take it, to be honest.
I could still see us losing this 2-0. My confidence at the moment is down, but I'm going to say 2-0. If not, it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. OT?
1-1 also. I think it'll be scrappy and messy and horrible. People are going to get frustrated again. But 1-1 in the grand scheme of things isn't a bad result. They don't gain on us. Obviously, Correct. If they win today, which I don't think they will, because I'm pretty sure their record at Arsenal stinks. But yeah, points is not fine, but it's something.
I'm going to go 1-0. Another set-piece goal. I think, as you said, I was going to be scrappy. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be one of those days, and a set-piece will undo them. A Jadon Sancho set-piece, my boy, and 1-0 win at the Holt End. Limbs like it was last season when Asensio scored that last-minute winner. And obviously, Jakey, the Chelsea review is going to be pretty special. We keep talking about it, hyping it up a little bit. Yeah. So make sure you do watch that video. It's not going to be a live video. It's going to be a pre-recorded podcast. So make sure you guys tune into that one. It's going to be at the same time as a live, 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time, 9:30 a.m. UK time. Can't wait. It's going to be a beauty. Obviously, hopefully we're talking about a nice win. Would be nice, but yeah.
It'd be a nice one to get as much as my prediction was that we're going to lose or we're going to draw. I would absolutely love to go into this podcast on the back of a win because, guys, make sure you do watch this podcast and see if you can pick up as to what's happened here. There's a little bit of work going in the background, and I will reveal it during what's going to happen. So make sure you watch the podcast. It's not going to be a live one. It will be a pre-recorded one, but it'll still go out at the same time as we are now. So make sure you're watching that. make sure you give us a like and subscribe. Keep interacting with us. Absolutely love having you guys on every time we have a live stream. The watch along was so much fun Saturday morning. It's probably the best part about the whole game. Really, is the watch along. And wait for the short video of the ASMR of me eating the clusters with milk, because we copped a goal just as I was mid chew. And you'll actually see me in the stream just going.
I'm actually surprised your glasses still work, Jake, after you launched them after the second goal too, to be honest with you.
I think I actually think I had I think I contributed to my cat not feeling well because I launched the glasses and I think it scared her a little bit. So
yeah,
poor girl hasn't felt herself lately, but she's all right now.
We got a Kevin in here. We ain't losing to Chelsea. Has some faith. Michael Huggins going 2-1 Villa. Gonna be interesting. I think Coxie, if Tammy starts 1-0 win, if Watkins starts 1-0 loss, if Tammy starts 1-1 draw. Kevin going for a 2-1 Tammy brace. But good time to wrap up, guys. Obviously not the best game to review, but as we always say, keep the faith. Get to Villa Park if you can on Wednesday night. And up the Villa, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Up the Villa, and Emi Buendera, I hope you're out on bail soon.